Go live button. I'm sure that should work. I'll just make doubly, trebly sure that that has in fact worked. And,
that's good. That's better.
So we see. Come on, baby.
Maybe put it up here. You could, and then find a more comfortable place. I could move. So good.
Chick.
Yeah, want to slide the chair?
Come on, go back in.
Hey.
Said that before. Specialist moves. Have a look. Yeah, I think we're golden.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Fix.
Show number 130. Those of you just joining us and are dazzled by the physique of Mr. Paul Lynn in a typically tight top. Welcome to the show. That's what you get when you tune into The Fix. Sunday nights. And in some parts of the world, it's not even late. And that's what you get. I'll just intro everybody we've got on screen. For those of you who've been living under a rock, you may not know. No Limits, Devon Larratt in the Motherfluffing House. Just in shot. Also, coming live and direct from Canada, sporting a lovely, it's quite Kent, that goatee, John. Looks like you've done quite a bit with that this weekend.
Yeah, John Johnson.
So have you trimmed that? Have you given that like a special show trim?
Well, you know, it just grows naturally in a special way.
It's pretty good. Looks like you've done a lot with it, mate. Clean shaven, apart from that little bit of a tuft. It's the mighty Paul Lynn, ladies and gentlemen. And myself, the fat lad, in the Motherfluffing House. What can I tell you? A lot going on. Has everybody just seen that there's been a terror attack in Istanbul?
No.
Yes. Literally 10 minutes before I came on the show. I've just seen that. It flashed up on my newsfeed. No joke. This is terror attack in Istanbul. I don't know the details, but this is literally just flashed up on my BBC newsfeed as I was loading up the show. And I was like, holy. Yeah, so I don't know the scale or the magnitude of that, but from everybody on the Fix, our thoughts go out to the families of everybody or anyone who was affected by that. Hopefully everybody is safe. Just before we start the show, I want to also mention Ilya Isman, who unfortunately was killed fighting in the Ukraine-Russia conflict. For anybody who met Ilya, absolutely lovely, warm character. That is an absolute travesty. It really is. Very, 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 very sorry to read that that's the case. And yeah, my thoughts go out to Ilya's family and to everybody who knew him well. Lovely guy and terrible, taken too soon. But yeah, Ilya Isman, guys, just think about that fella for a little while. However bad your day's been, that's pretty bad stuff. Ladies and gents, we are about a week out from East versus West 5. Maybe, arguably, the biggest or best, most stacked, most solid super match card that Engin's ever run. And there's been a few big ones, and arguably the best we've ever seen. It's certainly right up there. And two of the guys on the show tonight are going to be on that card. Paul Lynn and Devon Larratt both competing there. Week out, lads. Start with you, Paul. Where's the head at, mates? Where's the head at?
Just excited to get to see everybody. Excited to get to travel over with. Looking forward to it. Counting the days. Can't wait.
Are you in sort of perfect nick now? You're ready? Weight's where it needs to be? Feeling fit? Healthy?
Last little cut will be done in the sauna. So starting the water load cycle and all that good stuff now. So yeah, no, I'm good. I'm right in range, right where I want to be. Feel healthy.
No Limits, Devon Larratt. Same question, mate. Obviously, no hairdo yet.
I think I'm just gonna keep things kind of relaxed. I mean, it's just event gay. Like I'm not really super worried about it. Like I'm just gonna look at whatever, man. Like I'm just basically showing up and I'm gonna beat them. That's not, there's no real tension because nothing was really built up. I'm just gonna go in there like a regular day, kill this dude, and walk home with the world title. That's
hey, let's be honest here, right? It's quite unusual circumstances because I'm right in thinking that you actually pulled this weekend, didn't you?
I just pulled yesterday.
I mean, what the fuck?
Listen, people think they know things about me. People say, "Oh, Devon's this, Devon's that." The world is filled with retards and kids in their, basements typing on the computer. There's even idiots out there like the Sap the Bee character. I mean,
is that the guy whose name's on a toilet roll?
Yes, that's the guy. Hey, listen, I'll bring it to Turkey. You can wipe your ass with this.
Would you do that?
I should really make a compilation of guys just wiping their ass and taking pictures of Sap the Bee's shitty fucking toilet paper in the toilet.
Bring a few sheets. Get them right.
Imagine a Dennis shit and a Levon shit.
Like a comparative, like sample. Yeah.
Covered. Yeah.
You're an artist. You're an artist.
Wouldn't that be fantastic?
Yeah.
I could take pictures of it, blow it up into a poster size, and have all the athletes sign it, sell it for $1 million, and then I could erect a shrine of Sap the Bee, because by then I will know exactly who it is. And I don't know, what would I do with it?
I mean, charge a fee to behold it.
I'd have pigeons come every day and just cover it all the time. Yeah.
It's funny. You come up with some good stuff on this show. Is this where Piss Wars was? Did you come up with Piss Wars when we were on here?
No.
Where did that come?
Piss Wars. I think I was in Vegas. And it was an interesting night in Vegas.
As so many are.
Yeah, quite an interesting night. And for whatever reason, I did not have the urge to urinate. It's one of those nights, where for whatever reason,
need to piss.
You didn't need to piss. However, your body is filled with piss.
This is something that's not, I don't know a lot about. Carry on.
So by the end of the night, suddenly it struck me that I was really, really in need to pee.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought of the longest word I could possibly write. And this is where the idea for Piss Wars came from. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And did you actually go for it that night?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What'd you get?
I don't even remember. See, that's the thing. I was so in this special place where I didn't need to piss that I also couldn't remember what I pissed. But I know that it happened that night.
Look, when you're functioning on that high of a level, something's got to go, and memory just might be it.
But I do remember it was a very big word, and there is probably someone else out there who remembers what it was, but I can't remember who that person was either.
Yeah.
One of the great mysteries of our time.
But yeah.
I mean, I feel like, we're going down a certain path where it's mostly around bodily fluids and excrement, but hey, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of us here are starting our water cut, right? So, I mean, this is a great time to get Piss Wars started again, isn't it?
We should kick it into high gear because Paul's like got a gallon of fucking. Look at Paul here, look at this.
Hey, one second.
Let's go. Paul, you could get in on this and see what you look. Hey, I've just
for the few days that we have, I should only communicate with PRUDNIK via piss.
That is one of the best concepts.
Anyways, you're drinking ridiculous amounts of water.
Yeah, that's golden shower. Do it.
So just when you want to say something, like just tap Geordie and then just piss it out to him.
Well, you got the one do you still have the one I sent you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a magnificent piss, Devon. I didn't want to delete it.
And I wasn't trying. That was just me. Same way I'm showing up for this match. It's the same way I did that word that night.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean,
I'll probably go for a walk tonight. But here's the thing. How do I put it out there? Because you see, I actually started a YouTube channel. And I think we've been through this already. And right away it got shut down. I called it P Words. No. Yeah,
Nobody wants that in their life.
YouTube wasn't having it. YouTube shut me down right away. So I don't know, how do I do that?
I think that the core is they don't want to see the act of the piss.
Yeah, but they couldn't. Like,
Oh, they couldn't.
No, you could see like the yeah, you could see it, but I mean,
they're very sensitive, right? They're very sensitive. So if you pee it, and then we just show it as an art exhibit and a message, and just deliver the mess. I don't know. It's not a perfect
Like
world.
now, you've got to balance it out, haven't you? I mean, we used to have a lot of cats' assholes on this show, but then we have Paul. You know, so it's like yin yang, cat's arsehole, Paul.
Okay,
Good and bad.
So so I'm gonna start to. I'll start a hashtag P words. East versus West.
Yeah, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah,
and if anybody can piss the entire card
versus West,
the whole card.
Do you think you could piss East versus West in one piss?
That's a hell of a piss.
That's a big piss.
Huge. It's a piss with the magnitude of the card itself.
Oh my God.
It's that level of piss.
Legendary piss.
Huge.
Piss.
It is.
Oh, the road.
The road.
Yeah, the road. Yeah, I like the road. Yeah, dry pavement. It's fantastic. Okay, so this is now every arm wrestler who's watching, please, from this point forward, tag East versus West, and if you can piss it, but no cheating, guys. Okay, don't be getting your spray bottles or not.
No, it's gonna be legit.
Let's keep this honorable. If you can do it, you can do it, and no little font. Piss words is a big statement. Okay, like you need to.
You
cover
can
the
sort
road.
of technically cheat. I came up with a few, and we're going to get to those super chats in a minute, guys. Thanks for everybody's super chat. We're going to get to them too in a minute. There is a little way you can sort of technically cheat it, I find, and that's if you walk slowly and sort of like a little bit more control. So instead of, when I first tried it, I pissed forward.
Yeah.
Two problems: terrible to control.
Yeah,
no good. Go over the top of it and control and walk, you know, and then it's way better.
So when I do my piss word, I walk and I piss to the left side.
Tells me a lot about you then.
Well, actually, that's the way. I mean, I don't think it would be possible to do it the other way. You would have to.
Right.
Unless you were Chinese right this way, don't they?
Yeah,
right?
You're right. It's going to be tough.
Have to piss to the left and walk forward.
Yeah. You can tell you're a man who's practiced a hell of a lot at this.
I do this all the time. I'm not some amateur at this point.
No,
I'm probably gonna pull it off. You watch my Instagram story tonight.
Go East versus West. If you nail that, that's probably more impressive than if you flash pin PRUDNIK.
If I pull off East versus West, I'm gonna start doing like Brzezinski versus Petrenko.
Oh, anybody that can piss the card, maybe God.
Wow. And what's the worst one? What do we got? Imagine Saganishvili versus like Saplankov. That's this story right there.
Incredible opportunity.
Wow.
It really is. So we've got a couple of super chats. NWUK1. What a leg end. Massive super chat. Thanks, brother. Hugely appreciated. He's put, not been able to watch live the past few weeks, been having a catch up. Just showing my support and saying thanks. Thank you, mate. But look forward to next week. Best of luck to everyone. Thank you very much, brother. Really, really appreciate that. Going to be a ridiculous card. We've had Devon's classy finger in with a super chat. He's put, hope you are good, guys. Thanks to Devon's live on Engen's channel today. I finally got a no profile pic. Greetings from Austria. Thank you very much, mate. Have you met Devon's classy finger in person when you've been out on tour?
I don't think I know that guy. I don't think some of them I know, but no, I don't think I know. I don't think I do.
New guy to find. Last one, Silky Wilkie coming with a super chat. The height of the piss also determines its legibility. At some height, piss loses semblance as a stream and turns into droplets. That is true.
Yes, it is.
That is full on true.
Ladder effect as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced this because we had a bit of a go at it. Not going to lie. For a while, you know, Devon said, what can you do arm wars? And I was trying arm wars for quite a while, much to my neighbour's upset. But I finally managed to get it. And it's mostly down to technique. Mostly that you got to get that above it and slow. Don't rush it. First, you rush it and you go for speed, and it's actually counterproductive.
Yeah.
We should probably move on from piss. Last,
You know, there were 5. Was it 500? I think it was almost 500. I think there was more than 500. More than 500? I think so.
was this yesterday?
Yeah. Entries.
Jesus.
Huge. Novice classes at 50 in a weight class. 50
Wow.
entries on the weight class.
This is fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Massive.
You know, I mean, that is absolutely. I know everybody gets excited about East versus West, Arm Wars, bigger events. That's the balls right there. When you're getting shows with that, I mean, right here in the UK, the Arm Gods guys are doing stuff, and some of their shows are really big. In the States, I know when we had Derek on here, and he was saying some of their practices, they're getting like 30, 40, 50 guys.
Wow.
Freaking phenomenal. Some of the shows you've attended in the US, Paul, massive attendance.
Yep. I love hearing the novice classes of that stack, because that really points to where the pro classes are going to be in a couple of years.
Yeah, and guys are, and even in the novice, guys are like cutting weight. Guys are serious. Guys with like 2 years in, a year and a half in, they're doing everything right. Like, was the guy Yannick? That's Slim Reaper's brother.
Yeah,
I think he's been arm wrestling like a year.
Looked great.
Looked crazy. Like weight cut, training, killing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it from reffing. I'm seeing it reffing, like the amateur and novice classes here. These guys are fighting in the setup. They're battling to get everything. Like it's like sometimes it's tougher than reffing the pros.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing is a lot of these guys are coming in, and in the past, you know, you might have had guys coming into novice classes and they really had pretty much zero technique. Funnily enough, now you get guys who are extremely new to the sport, but they've really progressed, and their technique, I'm not saying they're polished, but they got a pretty good base understanding. The foundation's there.
And what did you notice yesterday? Dude, you want to know what happens when you come and you arm wrestle in Ontario? The percentage of King's moves goes up by about 150%. Even in the novice
Doesn't matter. Everybody.
Oh man.
And they're not
ridiculous.
They don't look terrible. Like, I mean, it looks terrible, but it doesn't look terrible.
It's not an easy thing to do as well.
Yeah.
I ain't got Kings.
Because you got 2 camps of like super proficient King's move guys. You got Crazy George. So like all of Southern Ontario, everybody's touched George. Everybody's worked with George. And now, you know, since I had surgery in 2013, I'm pretty much a King's move lead. So all the high hookers, everybody around here, we're all doing it like King's move territory up here.
How many fouls are you seeing associated to it? Are people executing it correctly, or are they fouling?
0 fouls yesterday. People were warned to come back up, and they did. But most of them are occurring, and they're staying in the winning position, to tell you the truth. Winning, or they're not going below. Like they understand the rule system, and they're playing within it, but it's absolutely like, and that's the thing. I mean, King's move, like I call open top King's move, whatever you want to call it. Like
it's still remarkable that people are managing to pull that off, you know, with very, very limited experience, because it's not an easy thing to do. It's quite astonishing. Anyway, let's move on to one of the questions that I had quite a few people message me on this and said in the last couple of events, we'd seen that Devon had gone more or was more comfortable with orthodox pulling. When we're talking about this match with Prudnik, do you see King's move as your primary weapon? I know you've been joking around that. Or can you beat this guy straight up orthodox?
I love King's move arm wrestling because it's very easy. You know, you can get someone in a King's move, smooth sailing. It's such a beautiful trap. If you can get somebody to fall into it, oh my God. If I have any, that is basically my lead. If you see me start to press, that's because, you know, well, I mean, the thing, it depends on the arm wrestler. Look at Michael is a guy who has holes when you fundamentally arm wrestle him.
Yep.
Right. so that's the best answer to pull Michael. You know, you want to keep a high hand, work a high hook, you know, keep your arm inside your body. That's all great stuff to do against a guy like Mike. But a guy like Prudnik is a fundamental arm wrestler. So, you know, to beat him there would be like really just like, you know, right head to head. We'll see. We'll see how the match goes. There's a part of me that thinks that I will have to, you know, fundamentally, you know, do a press or something like that. But I think that the most likely scenario is a strap-based victory on the outside. I mean, that's a mystery. This is not something I need to protect or hide. I mean, odds are that'll be my opener, depending on what I feel. But I mean, there are options. And if Prudnik plays his cards to counter, well, then I'll be forced to set up more inside my body and, you know, potentially press, you know. So we'll see where it goes. We'll see. I can certainly do everything. I can. My right hand is capable of any number of technical options. I love the King's Move option. I like the press option. I like the high hand option. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see which card has to be played. Yeah. I'm strong.
Do you feel a lot of pressure coming into this, mate, in terms of, do you see yourself as a favorite or do you see yourself as an underdog?
I find the entire situation to be very unique and psychologically for me, somewhat anticlimactic. I feel like I hit the crescendo of crescendos about 5 months ago or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that for me was a supreme effort. Like my life magnified into this point that I put together. And now, you know, I'm just ready to fight. I am ready to fight. I'm happy to fight. And it just so happens that I'm in a fantastic place.
Yeah, you seem relaxed, mate. You really
yeah, I am. I'm relaxed. I'm confident. I'm not fussed one way or the other. Like I competed yesterday. I think I'm gonna beat him badly. That's actually what I think. And I think he's incredible. I really do.
Yeah, lots mega.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
And he may beat me, but I believe that match will stop. I believe that match stops. And once that match stops, I do not believe it will become favorable for him. If he cannot pin me quickly, and I may be strong enough where it becomes bad news from round one. Yeah, I may be.
And are you thinking strong enough if the match turns, or are you thinking you've just too much hand, too much wrist, too much leverage, too much pronator? Where do you see your big game potential there?
I see arm wrestling as being very blended. And even though it will express itself potentially through the hand and the wrist and the pronation, it will also mean that there are opportunities elsewhere for me. And when you add up everything, how it expresses itself is one thing, but I may be too much for him. When you add up everything, that the victory will just become apparent for me. Yeah. The stop will become apparent, and he will not be able to run with me. He won't.
It's funny, isn't it? It's like you're coming into a match where I think it's universally accepted and apparent that the guy you're arm wrestling is a stamped, dyed-in-the-wool frigging beast, you know, on anybody's scorecard ever. In some ways, that might depressurize it a bit. If you look at Paul, let's talk about Paul, for example, and his match at the moment. You know, people talk about Irakli, he's not talking about the guy that this fella's having a pull. And yet, he's rock strong, he's dangerous, he's fast, he's unorthodox, he's kind of a weird style. That can be a banana skin, can't it? Because people will know. I mean, how many people do you think know a lot about this guy, Paul? Did you know about him before you got matched?
I did. I had already met him. I'd already grabbed him. So yeah, I knew a little bit just because of the Georgians in the Northeast. But as far as my circle goes, like I said, I probably had 25 people, you know, ask me, or assume that it was Sarakashvili.
Yeah.
So I said, no, there's another Irakli. And they're like, well, how good is he? So no, not many people around me know how good he is, or if he's good at all, other than what Angin's putting out. So it's kind of a shitty situation, because when you're in a scenario, the people in your circle don't know your opponent. They automatically assume that you should beat them, regardless of their accolades or who they beat. I don't put pressure on myself that way, because I know how good he is. Plus, anybody that I'm going to face, I'm going to give an equal level of respect.
It's always a funny one, because a lot of these matches we break down. It's funny. That bastard Engin. Oh, he's here.
Yeah, it is.
Mate, the main man Engin Terzi in the mother flipping hell. This guy rang me the other day, right? This is not a joke now.
Next week, be careful what you're saying.
This is not a joke. He rang me the other day, and we're going to say, oh, my throat was really bad, worse than now. And he says, oh, we'll only be on 2 minutes and just discuss a couple of the matches. I kid you not, we went through the card.
Neil, when you invited me here, you didn't say that Devon was going to come. I'm tired of seeing this guy, and you still invited me here.
You were only on about an hour ago, weren't you?
Wasn't part of the plan. John just showed up in my house, and he's like, oh, I got to go on. I'm like, okay, let's do it.
John is okay. John is a fine guy, but you, come on,
I was just doing my workout. I was doing some head curls, and he's like, "Oh, let's go on, take a break." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, one more set."
I saw your video. You were like 334 pounds. I asked PRUDNIK if it's okay. He said that it's not okay. And what if you leave the purse in Toronto?
Oh, balls are 80 pounds.
Jodie will be there, won't she, mate? She's coming over, isn't she?
The purse is an additional 80 pounds.
Bringing the ball.
The biggest purse in Europe.
Very large.
Let me just knock over a couple of these super chats real quick before I lose them. TMTL, thanks for your super chat, mates. But Devon, do you think your match will be a ref's worst nightmare? And if yes, do you think Engin at some point will intervene if we end up in a scenario where none of you are happy to set up? #bias.
There's a lot to talk about when it comes to rules and arm wrestling. I am very convicted about my beliefs about the rules in arm wrestling. And I believe that people think so often when I speak, they're like, oh, Devon's trying to do this for him and that. The thing is, there is a problem with rule sets. There are. When you have the wrong rules, it just shapes the sport a certain way. And the way that rules are written, if they're not enforced that way, that's where there's a problem. And I know, we all know that East versus West is not WAF. It is not WAF. And we also know that there is a certain looseness. And I do not believe that this match will come down to a referee's decision. I believe that the match will be decided amongst the athletes. And I hope that the rules will facilitate that. Everything that I've seen with the East versus West cards, I've been happy with. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with I'll tell you, I'm not happy with the way the rules are written, but I'm happy the way everything plays out.
Yeah, where they're enforced.
Devon, let me ask you a question to spin off of that. So like in your career or more recent career, what would you say the match that you felt like you had to battle and get as much as possible? What was the most you had to work in the setup to give yourself what you needed in the most recent history? And where does the PRUDNIK match compare to that? Scale of 1 to 10.
I think a match that right away that I think of where what happened before they said go was of massive, massive importance was versus Jerry Cataret.
Okay. I was thinking that.
Yeah, it was very, like there's a few angles there when you face Jerry. and look, I've only pulled Jerry once, and I would love to have been able to pull him more times to test my theories out. But there's a few angles that are very, very valuable for Jerry and against Jerry that can cause a referee some nightmare, you know. And I think that kind of happened. But yeah, I'm sorry. What was the other part of the question?
Where does so like that, like
Okay,
that
right.
level of effort is a 10? Where does the Prudnik match?
Because PRUDNIK, I don't feel like the answer to pull PRUDNIK is this, or the answer to pull PRUDNIK is this. I feel like PRUDNIK is very well rounded, and there will be an adjustment. There's a lot. I think that with PRUDNIK, there's a lot of adjusting from the center to the outsides. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's
where
what makes it fascinating, isn't it? Because you both got clear lanes.
Yeah. But the thing is, we both have clear alternate lanes. You know, like I don't think that with PRUDNIK, like, yes, he has a hook, he has a top roll, he has a press, very clear. Me, I have a king's move, I have a press, and then once I get tired, I have lots of lanes. You know, but you know, my main lanes, I would say, are open top and press.
Yeah.
So,
and main skill sets where you're going to have a big advantage, I would think, is purely and simply endurance as well. If the match turns into a dogfight, I think it swings towards you.
You would think that that's my advantage, and you would think that PRUDNIK's advantage is
speed.
Right. So it begs the question of the referee's grip, which I know is just such a and I hope that the matches are able to start quickly without fouls, because you know this kind of thing can deteriorate into something that nobody wants to see. And this is why I'm a big proponent for WAL rule system. I think that they pretty much got it as close. The only problem I have with the WAL is 2 inches on the back. If they had it done inch to the back, inch forward, I don't think I'd have a single bad thing to say about the WAL rule system. But WAF, you know, my biggest concerns with WAF are they revolve around the ref's grip and the strap issue. And East versus West, the strap issue isn't there. There's no strap issue. It's just the referee's grip. So, and that will probably at some point be a discussion point. I'm sure we will end up in a referee's grip, and I'm sure that the referees will be under pressure. I'm sure they will be. We'll see how it works.
So we've got a question from Devon LARRATT's bright future.
Very bright.
Love it. And that question is, thanks, mate, for your super chat, by the way. But Devon, why did you once say that looking back, you might not have needed your second reconstructive surgery? Also, did your arm straighten before the surgeries?
Thanks so much, buddy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so we were actually just talking about that today. So yes, this is great for anybody who's having surgery or contemplating surgery, like a surgery like I had. My surgery is based off of chronic buildup of nice poster, Engin.
Lovely, Dallas.
Yeah, you will sign them together with the t-shirt. This is high quality plastic t-shirt. Where are you? Let me see where you are.
There I am. Yeah, nice, beautiful.
Yeah. You know what? You could sign that in. Been on the show earlier.
Guys, you can have one of this by if you go to my community page, or somebody can share the link. I don't know. By $150 donation, but half of this will go to the athletes after the expenses. Okay, go ahead. Sorry about it.
So the thing is with my surgery, one of the things that when you have surgery, you kind of have to accept you do not have a perfect arm. A part of me thought, I'm going to get surgery, I'm going to heal up, and it's going to be better. Obviously, that is not how it works. That is not the case. When you get the surgery, when you get surgeries, you're probably still going to be messed up. Now, you have think at that point, okay, is it workable? Is it workable? If it's workable, don't get a second surgery.
Yeah.
Work from there. That would be my advice to anybody. I got the second surgery because after I kind of got to a point where I could heal, train again and work, I realized there were still problems. There was still clicking. There were still issues. And I thought that the surgery was going to have fixed this. Every time you have surgery and they take away bone, they're taking away stability. So unless you have a nervous, like where you're becoming paralyzed or the blood flow is restricted, or you have just ridiculous levels of inflammation, I would say avoid surgery at all costs. Hey, thanks. You wanted the one with the, yes, piss. Yeah.
That is not water, is it?
I have a question for Paul. Paul, when you had here, did you have any kind of like issues with the reffing? Did you feel like uncomfortable or it was fine?
No, I was worried about it. Like I was worried it was going to be like way stricter than I'm used to here in the States. And no, it was really on par with what we're getting here. Like it wasn't super loose and it was very manageable. And the referees were amicable as far as like what was going on. They were vocal. They allowed you an opportunity to adjust, to load and if you were loading. So no, it was very, very pleasantly surprising, to have it go that easily. I expected a little bit more strictness that could have created problems. Didn't get it.
I mean, they will be loose, but you are not going to gain any unfair advantage. If you are trying, they will not allow, but they are not gonna right away foul you out or something. They will make sure that they will start, but they will not be like, like a, I mean, not like a officer or something, like this. They will just make sure that you start fair and square. This is what it is. Also, Devon, the WAF elbow pads, the 18 by 18. After Jerry Cadoret and Gennady match, we decided to make the pads 1 centimeter, like less than half inch, big from each side. 1 centimeter from sides,
Front
1
and back.
centimeter from 1 centimeter from back. What?
Front and back.
That's what
front and back, yeah? Or all sides?
It's all sides, right?
Yeah. You talk at the same time. I couldn't understand what Devon is saying. You said that from all sides. Yeah, 1 centimeter from every side. Yeah, from 1 centimeter front, 1 centimeter back. Yeah. This event, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, 1 centimeter from each side. But
great.
Before we said that, like, we don't call the little, going out or something. But this time we will be strict about elbow being within the borders. So we are everywhere bigger, a little bit bigger, but anything that is getting out will be called. Anything that elbow foul, like this jump you hit and they just jump like this, will not be called. But those advantage gain ones will be called.
The things that I like are the fans want to see pins, the arm wrestlers want to see pins. Like I prefer to win or lose on pins than fouls. And I like very much referees are smart and they themselves are high-level arm wrestlers, right? And that seems to be the case at your events. I mean, most of the guys I see them competing on the big stage themselves. So I know that
world champion, yeah.
And the thing is I think one of the huge considerations about reffing is intent. Right. And if a guy he's not intending to have his elbow jump up. If it comes, it's nothing. It's nothing. To me, it's not. Now, and I think that's what I see at the events. So good job, Engin. Good job.
Okay, so we take away that thing from the t-shirt.
Oh no, keep that on the t-shirt because if I lose, it's gonna be the rest fault.
Consideration. Engin, got a question that's just come in from Penguin Turdsey. And he's put, will the attack today in Istanbul affect East versus West?
Oh, come on. Istanbul is 20 million, big city that affect like what is that? It's like it probably something bigger happens, anywhere in U.S. in Chicago or Los Angeles in a some attack that we hear all the time. Somebody's attacking somewhere, you know. It's
So
nothing.
was it not a big attack today? I don't know the
details.
details of it actually.
I mean, some idiot just did something, you know, there, but it affected, you can say, 100 meters square, you know. We're talking about big 20 million city where we will have the event is probably 50, 60 or even more miles away from there.
Yeah. So no effect there, guys. White Wolf with a super chat. And this is harping back to the original theme of the show when we were really pro. And he's put Canadians piss in cursive. None of this printing shit is for us. Devon, are you going to offer the party arm to PRUDNIK after you 3-0 him?
Why not? Why not? Actually, the party arm might be reserved for the puppet master there.
Ooh.
Yes, who's that guy?
Yeah, we know.
Puppet master.
We know what's up. We see right through the whole thing.
Okay, so Michael Todd's calcified bone with a super chat.
I don't know.
And he's put, can't wait to buy Bowen's new program, knowing that he's increased his power by 30% in a short time, even with his military training and non-newbie experience, much better than the AAS Serm Sam. Hey?
Who's that?
Michael Todd's calcified bone. Here we go. Engin's belly cells.
Pause 1 second.
Go on.
We just pause. Listen, I would like to ask a question to the panel. Okay, just to the group of guys we got here.
You have the floor.
Okay. And look, I'm always a big I always just want to know. I'm just curious. Engin.
Yeah.
Do you think you could beat up Ryan Bowen in a fight?
Why would I do that?
Knives, no nothing. The two of you.
But why would I do that?
No, I'm not interested in the why.
Theoretical.
I'm just curious what you
I
thought.
mean, it depends on the reason, you know. That there are some reasons I would even more than that. And there is no reason I wouldn't even move my finger, you know. It depends.
The universe is empty. There is no nothing.
Then I wouldn't do anything. I would get along with him, you know. I would get along. Why are you just? I can bring out so terrible things I don't want to even mention.
Okay.
I'm
gonna move on. Paul, how about you?
If it's Lord of the Flies, Bowen is not surviving.
Okay. Now on to the main crescendo of the question. Neil, how about you, buddy? How about you?
I nearly found out, I think, in Manchester. Ryan said he was going to strike me.
Are you aware of this? Are you aware of
it?
it?
He said he was going to punch me in the face. He said, I was so angry, punches nearly got thrown. And I said, shut the fuck. And he said, yeah. I was so angry, I nearly punched you. I said, okay.
What happened?
Next time you feel like that, you should go for it.
So he was so mad that he was getting ready to punch you and you didn't even know it?
I didn't think he was. I didn't know what he was that mad about, but apparently he was that. He did say that to me. I was so angry.
That itself is kind of
you.
impressive.
I was like, okay. That's it. You should probably go for it.
So where is Ryan on the card? Where's Ryan and Zurev?
First match.
First match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right away.
Is there going to be like an intermission at some point?
What, to have a fight, make a toilet roll ring and do a bit of boxing action?
I'm just saying, you've got fights before. You've fought before.
I was a bit younger than 50. But yeah.
What would it? Do you think?
Hey, if you think I'm fighting him in Turkey, mate, you're very much mistaken. If he comes back to Manchester, it's on. We can do it in Manchester. At least then if I get arrested, I know where I am.
Get arrested. This is a sanctioned boxing match.
How much money are we talking?
I don't know. How much money can we get for them?
What, if we're talking enough money, of course you fight.
Like Core Sports might want to jump in on this fight.
Get a fight going.
And listen, and here's the thing, just hypothetically,
What, like celebrity death match? We could have like Ryan versus everybody, and he basically fights everyone over time.
I would just say, hypothetically, that if he were somehow to beat you,
Well, it's highly possible, isn't it? He's younger.
well, I mean, you're 50 and you're sick.
Yeah, it's possible.
But I would
Maybe
just
I've got the Clubber Lang shot chance, Devon. What do you reckon?
listen. My money'd be on you, Neil. But I'm just saying that hypothetically, if you were to lose,
Mhm.
I would propose that waiting for round 2 would be Khalid Jashel.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
Now that's an entirely different kettle of fish.
Okay.
If I feel like if Ryan fought me and then came into Khaled after that, it'd be an extremely difficult fight. He'd like think, whoa, we just gone like levels up.
We need to set this up at East versus West. Oh,
No, I ain't fighting him in Turkey for no money, Devon.
We ain't know what to do with that.
you got
That ain't happening.
house. Gary would probably fight.
Gary probably would fight. What? Do I want to fight Gary Goodrich?
No.
Not particularly.
No, I'm saying that you box Ryan after he fights Durant.
If it was a toss-up between do I fight Gary Goodrich or Ryan, I will take Bowen all day.
Right. And then
All
Gary
goddamn day.
Goodrich is waiting if for some reason you don't get the cleanup.
I might throw the damn fight just so Ryan has to fight Gary Goodrich. Set it up.
Right?
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know.
I
I,
would-
I saw
fight.
I saw Gary Goodrich in like 97 or something. He get the guy and he started like to his face, you know. That day I was just like
Paul Herrera. Yeah. KO'd him.
I felt so sorry for the other guy, you know.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
you imagine that, you know, the elbow strength and the power that he was hitting like
Yeah,
that.
he elbowed him unconscious. Multiple elbows. Yeah, Gary was in some tear-ups, mate. In fact, I think the last time I saw Gary in person was at the Pride fight when he KO'd Don Fry with a head kick.
Yep.
And I think that was the last time I actually saw the man in person. Can't remember what year that's how long it is since I've seen Gary. And that was a lot. When the hell was that?
How impressive was that, Neil? Like we all know,
incredible.
like how hard is it to knock Don Fry out?
Well, he fought Don Fry previously in the
Yeah.
UFC
Yep.
and lost the fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, when the UFC was like the Grand Prix, and they
Mhm.
used to have
Yeah.
8-man Grand Prix or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it was 8-man. Yeah, 8-man Grand Prix.
The final was Tank Abbott and Don Fry, and Don won. Tank second, yeah.
But
I remember.
I think that was like, when the hell was that? 2002 or something?
Yeah,
Long
early.
time ago. 2002 to 2004-ish. It was a bloody
Neil,
long time ago. 20
I
years
have
ago, Job.
Question, you know, Devon, why are we talking about this?
Ryan
don't
Bowen
know.
fights.
I don't know.
Do you not
I-
want to fight Ryan Bowen, Engin?
Open things up to the universe, and sometimes they happen.
No,
Listen,
not
We've
this
covered a
one,
lot of
because-
stuff on here. We've covered piss contests,
Yeah.
and now we've covered Ryan Bowen fights. I mean,
Either-
neither one's necessarily an important thing, but it's entertaining. It's Sunday.
I'm gonna be so happy if people listen, guys. I know I said tag East versus West. I can't speak for East versus West. If you at me, like if you at me on your Instagram stories with your piss words, I'll share until Instagram shuts me down or whatever. Like, dang it. But listen, this is what I want to see. I want to see you write the matchups like Brzezinski versus Petrenko. Like,
Which is an incredible,
Okay.
incredible effort.
Devon's gonna
This
get his
is what I wanna
Instagram
see.
account banned. He's not gonna be able to promote anything for East versus West from today.
maybe I'll do it
I'll
on
be in it,
Facebook.
yeah.
I don't care about my Facebook so much.
So let me knock over a couple of these super chats. Marcus Thompson of Arm Gods fame, of Irish fame. Back in with a super chat, massive super chat. Thanks, Marcus. Hope you're well, mates. But good luck, Devon, against Prudnik. Bring the win home. Going to be an unbelievable fight. Next year, arm gods, Devon. Hashtag big up the javelin, Uncle John.
I was doing it yesterday. Yeah, he did.
Javelin. Were you javelining?
You got a javelin against Tiny. Yeah. It was a legal javelin. Yeah, legal javelin. Yeah.
Well, like you slowed it down.
No, it was still very fast and very violent. It was just the elbow didn't come off the bat. The crowd was like javelin, javelin, javelin.
They called for it.
Yeah. So I gave him what he wanted. Look, I'm here for the fans.
It's like you've unleashed an evil being into arm wrestling world. Amazing. All down to Pradeep. So Engin's belly cells. Watch out, Devon. Once I go through the process of turning my host into Super Saiyan Engin, you and your desperation are done. WAF is the only league. Hey, where do you get these guys?
Man, I love it. Neil, did you hear that Devon might become the new WAF president? He's running.
Is this a thing?
He's running.
After Prudnik beats him, he said. Prudnik told him that. Prudnik said that Devon, I see you much more respectful compared to past. He said that probably, Levan made you this way. And he said that after our match, you will be even the most respectful guy in the community. And Devon said that he will be so respectful, he will put the suit, and then he will be like, Mr. Nice Guy, bring arm wrestling into the Olympics. Something like that, he said, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you think? So
would you be president of WAF?
Would they even take me at this point?
No point.
What if I actually became more respectful?
I think you're probably banned in like a third of WAF countries. And if you weren't before this show, you definitely are now.
What if I changed my name?
That would work.
Yeah, change my name. I'd adopt the last name of a former president from Canada. I'd become maybe I'd switch. So instead of Devon, I'd be Noved because I've completely switched. Noved Roy. Yeah.
Noved Roy.
Noved Roy, the new president of WAF.
Middle name
Devon. Have you ever heard of Fred? What has he been doing?
Fred?
Yeah.
No.
Last 10 years I didn't hear anything.
No, I haven't heard from Fred for a while. Hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Fred, I at Nationals.
Yeah.
Reffing. He's reffing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. I haven't.
Yeah, all the best, Fred. If you're watching, mate, hope you're good. Silky Wilkie with a super chat. He's put a flash hole of ants grows the lines and the scape of my pants as I wait for the press conference. Well, the press conference will be Friday night, I believe, won't it, Engin?
8 p.m. local time and 12
p.m. What is that in?
Is 12 is yours is like 5, I think.
5 p.m. GMT. Yeah, so don't miss that, guys. V-Post, thanks for your super chat, mate. Much appreciated. Let's have a look if I've missed any more. Hopefully not. And I think we're caught up on super chats.
Devon, would you prefer me to sing or Prudnik to sing?
Well, it's basically the same thing at this point, isn't it?
No. Oh, come on.
How is you singing?
The guy is a professional singer. Come on.
Yes, but I mean, you're a professional writer.
I'm not. I don't know how to do this thing. Maybe one day. One day, if I pull again, you inspire me, and then maybe, yeah.
If you were doing karaoke, what would you do? Would you do like Limp Bizkit, break stuff? What would be your jam? If you had to, throw down a karaoke track, what would you go for?
I would write my own song, but as far as, I don't know, I never had an opponent that would inspire me to write a song. But yeah, probably Devon would be one of them. I would write a song with something with the golden cage and this and that.
Oh, you've already done it, Engin. We know. Okay, we know.
No, it's just Prudnik. Prudnik is my fan. He's watching my YouTube videos, and then he's hearing things. It
You're
is
like-
riding it.
Look, it's like this. Here's imagine this is Prudnik. This is you. Hello, Devon. How are you doing? Come to my golden cage. Come to my golden cage. This is how we all see it, Engin. Very, very tricky with him. You're even worse than Igor. Okay. Igor
Why?
basically paid his guys. He didn't make them do all this stuff.
Just because I'm such a talented guy, it doesn't make me worse.
Well, it makes you a degree deeper in hell, is what it does. You know,
I don't know. Maybe you require
is
such things.
round
Maybe
four.
you require such things right from the beginning to convince Jody, huh? Maybe, huh? You want me to go there as well, huh?
Oh, it's on now.
You be careful. You careful. You be careful.
So here we go.
Everybody-
Absazar Ferit Akaya.
We bought. Okay.
So we got a super chat from Absazar Ferit Akaya. He's put Devon, in fact, is a big fan of the number 2 GOAT, Engin. He's a big fan. You're a big fan of Engin, aren't you?
No.
Just wait,
In the past,
wait until we arm wrestle. It's
Left.
inevitable. Inevitable. It's gonna happen. Because as I get older, I just get skinnier and more decrepit. But
I did.
Engin seems to be getting fatter. So
Yeah.
we're gonna meet, and then, well, I'm gonna kill him. And I will become the number 2 GOAT.
So-
why? According to your fans, you are number 1 goat. So
Yes, my fans, they love me, but between you and me, it's like Klingon. It's like Klingon rule. I will take your spot.
okay, so we're gonna take care for the 2nd place. You are saying.
Once I defeat you, that's it. That's it. And one day, John Brzenk will have like a grandson, and I'll still be armed.
He's got a grandson.
Oh well, he's marked.
He's got a
Okay.
grandson right
He's
now.
much, Neil. What's his Instagram?
Mate, that little dude is cute as hell.
Send me his Instagram.
I don't think
I'm gonna start tagging him right now.
baby goat.
Once I
Tremendous.
him, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, John, it's been nice to watch actually, John, with his grandson. He's become very domesticated. It's quite cool. So GB19 with a super chat. He's put Engin, will you put Devon, John, Levant, and Dennis at the main table?
Main table.
Yeah, I think he means for the presser, mate.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I will ask I will ask Dennis and Levan if they would like. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Just so
But
long as
the room will be. I mean, imagine a room like Levan, Dennis, Gary Goodrich, John Brzenk, Devon LARRATT, Hermes Gasparini, and Prudnik, and Dave Chaffee, and wow, and Neil Pickup, and wow. It's just like too much. Maybe we should cancel some of them. It's too much. I don't think we can handle it.
Hermes,
What?
Everybody except Hermes
yeah. Have the whole table, make Hermes sit over in the corner somewhere.
on another chair.
No Hermes got any.
See, the guy is afraid of Hermes. Today, like literally 1,000 times on the chat, there was 1,800 people on the chat room. And 1,000 times they wrote Hermes, bring Hermes in, bring
Yeah.
Hermes. And
Oh,
Hermes was
you bring
one
Hermes,
Not me.
message away.
oh,
Yeah. You pull anybody in the world but Hermes
Yeah.
Hermes comes on this chat, I go upstairs.
immediately.
Yeah. And then Hermes wrote to me, why did you not invite me? I said, like, Devon wouldn't want. He said, is he afraid of me? I said, yeah. I mean, what to do?
No, it's just you can't. You can pull anybody in the world but Hermes.
Yeah. It is like, what's the guy from Australia? The best guy, the GOAT.
Right.
Oh, Danny Tesh.
Yeah, he's like Danny Tesh for Devon. Yeah.
Danny Tesh is. Yeah. Not even fit.
I'm
Not even fit.
I'm gonna wait until Ernie gets injured, and then I
You're gonna love this in a minute, Devon. You are gonna love this. We've just had a super chat from John Brazink's grandson, and it's just, and he's actually full on written in just now. And John Brazink's grandson has just put,
I will never lose.
the chosen
right,
tribe,
only
the
on the picks,
chosen
guys.
sacrificial lamb.
Yeah.
First Engen, and then I'm coming for you. Okay.
Absolute class.
First,
And Ryan Blue
first-
Bowen's in the chat, warming up for his fight.
Come on, Ryan. It's a fight.
Bring
Oh,
back
Devon,
Danny.
Devon,
Let's
Devon,
go.
is there a possibility that this PRUDNIK would hook you without strap, like, and beat you?
I don't know. I mean, that seems a bit crazy to me. I mean, is that even a move in arm wrestling anymore?
Oh,
You see how-
yesterday's King's move, that.
Like,
Did you see how he hooked Morozov that quickly?
yeah, I know people talk about the hook, but I haven't heard of a hook or seen a hook at anywhere I've gone in a long time. Like, I know people talk about it, but every time somebody tries to hook me, I'm like, what is this? This is like some different sport. I'm like, nobody does this anymore.
It's a novice mover.
Yeah, it's something that kids on school
But
does.
you are not talking about left arm, right? You don't count Dennis.
And listen, I don't like to speak about Dennis. Okay, Dennis is another guy.
No Dennis, no Levan. We can talk about the rest of it.
Hermes never. We never
Never.
talk. Okay, if you say Hermes' name one more time,
Probably leave.
one more time, Angan, I'm gonna go and take a piss, and I might not come back.
No.
Okay.
You're gonna piss Brezink versus Petrenko and never come back. Oh, yeah.
Never
You
come back.
nail that tonight, Devon. You better send me that.
I'm gonna.
You gotta send me that.
I'm holding it right now, and it's dark outside, so we're probably good to go.
What
Yeah.
quality camera have you got with you there, John?
A cell phone. But
Just
don't worry.
bizarre.
It's
I was gonna say you could have recorded it.
on it.
But we actually, no kidding, we actually do have to go get going.
We're
gotta-
actually going to wrap the show in a minute, guys. I'm going to knock over these couple of super chats, and we're going to. Please don't send any more super chats, guys. We're going to wrap this thing up in a minute because, strangely enough, I've been dying for like 2 weeks, like legitimately been in and out of hospital. No kidding. So I'm keeping it on the low tone, trying to heal up and get ready for Easter.
Neil, before you ask, Devon, if you somehow stop PRUDNIK and get your position, are you gonna turn to crowd and try to find me?
Oh, would you like me to do that, Engen?
No, I'm just thinking if there is anything, because when you pull Levan, you wanted to smell the salt of my tears, remember? So are you coming to Istanbul just
It's
like
your-
all that?
Your event. It's your event. It would be my honor. It would be my honor to call to you. Perhaps you would like to come up and take his place if he's such a victim. If I completely emasculate him, if I completely cut his balls off in front of the world, he will need a replacement. Perhaps it will be you.
Would you try and make him quit, Devon? Is that what you're going to go for?
No, Neil. That would be rude.
Be harsh.
It would
wouldn't
be unbecoming of a future WAF president to do such shenanigans.
it? I mean, that is true.
Mockery of the sport, something I would never do. I hold the sport way up here, Neil. Way up here.
What if
Just
he
make
hooks-
sure you've got the suit on when you piss Brezink versus Petrenko. That's all I'm asking. Make sure that happens.
What if he hooks you and then he makes you pin your own self?
Nobody hooks anymore, Engen. Nobody does this stuff. This is like, it's like you're talking about World War I or World War II when people did trench warfare. It doesn't exist anymore. Okay. These are glory days. Okay. Everything's done with drones and spacecraft. Nobody does it anymore. Nobody hooks arm wrestling.
Today I saw when PRUDNIK said that he was gonna sing for you. He showed his position when he's holding. He was like this, like supinate. He wasn't like this.
Nobody does, Engen. Listen, you know better. This is yesterday's fight. The sport has evolved, okay? It's all based off of straps slipping out, pronation, rising. There isn't even a cup in arm wrestling anymore. Nobody holds on. This is outdated theory. Okay. It's
Paul
all
Lynn might be bringing it back at East versus West.
We should. Yeah, but were you not trying to hook Levon?
after I got my bicep torn off my body. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but even before that, when he pinned you second round, you were like, it was just.
I was trying to false start him in a hook, and he tore me. Yeah, yeah. Listen, Levon is not a human being. Okay, you can't talk about Levon and say, well, this is what Levon did. Levon isn't like us. Okay?
No, he's a very different individual, isn't he?
Well, what after next week? You know, we talk about Ongarbayev, and then I bring you the Prudnik, how Prudnik hook you, and you say, hey, Ingrid, listen, Prudnik is not human, okay?
No, Prudnik's very human. Prudnik is a very human guy. Okay?
What about Hermes? Is he human? Is it going to shock everybody, right? If Levon be like, if Hermes, if Levon gets up and goes, right,
I'll pull anybody, but I'm not pulling Hermes.
what if Levon does that? Notice the strategy there. Did you see that? Strategy, because we're going to close the show now.
Easy way to close the show, right?
No, really, that's the one. I'm telling you, we've got it. It's professionalism, Paul. It's another way out, you see. Silky Wilkie. He's put, what up, Ryan Bowen? Engen and Devon are plotting matchups for your Vanilla Gorilla and John Brazink's grandson. Hey, matches of the future right there. Avsazar, Ferret, Akaya, Goats in order, Brazink, Engen, Pushka. Devon agrees. Nope, he definitely will not agree with that one. Speaking on his behalf, while he's gone East versus West. And the last one, David Toms, and he's just put, love you guys. David, love you too, mate. Thank you very much. And thanks to everybody for tuning in to the show. We really appreciate you all checking it out. I want to say a massive thank you to Paul Lynn, to Engin Terzi. Get over, sub to these guys' channels. Get over to Lethal Arms and get subbed. Get over to Engin's channel. And most importantly, get that pay-per-view bought. It's coming 1 week away. East versus West 5. Massive, packed card. Times for us one more time, Engin, for people who want to check it out. When are they going to see this thing go down?
Next Friday, and 5 p.m. your time GMT, and 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 8 p.m. local time here. There will be press conference, and then the next day, Saturday on 19th, on same time, we will start the event. We will see 15 super matches and very high level events. And I don't know, everything will be so good. And there will be some other legends, you know, will be even watching the events, such as Levon Saginashvili, Denis Plenko, Gary Goodrich, and Gennady Kvikvinia, Ferit Osmanlı, Alex Kurdecha, Arif Ertem. These guys will be watching while the other legends will be competing, like Devon LARRATT, Prudnik, Dave Chaffee, Hermes Gasparini, Morozov versus Revas, John Brzink, Petrenko, even Cobra Rose will be there. Paul Lim will be playing Gamtenadze and some other matches. By the way, Paul, how are you, my friend? How are you?
I'm good. Just start my water load now and the taper. I feel good.
Ready? You look big, huh? What's your weight now? 95 yet or no?
No. I'm gonna water cut the last few pounds, so I'm staying like a few pounds heavy, so that on the day of competition I'll be really big.
What are you? 211, 212, or?
Right around there, about like 213, 214, and then I'll show you this. I'll drink a ton of water. I'll taper down. I'll do a little bit of sauna, and then on the day of competition I'll be really big.
And everything is okay, health, everything, joints, everything fine?
Yeah, yep. I had to force myself not to pull a little bit over this weekend. So I only pulled left arm. This thing's feeling good and fresh.
And did you make all your plans, how you will enter the match and what is your first strategy? And are you sure of one way working or you have alternatives? Prepared?
No, alternatives. 3 options.
Everything.
3 options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just because I don't know enough, I feel like I need 3 options.
And then you're gonna decide which one to use first after you feel, or you already have a mindset, that you're gonna try one of them.
In the setup, it'll confirm my first option. So ideally, I need to feel that and get that data quick, so I don't have like a round 2 where I get flashed because I'm thinking, So I've done some extensive prep for what I believe his style to be, with the fact that I'm training with some other Georgians and stuff who know a little bit.
Interesting.
So yeah, I have ideas, I have options. So we'll walk through it. I mean, the real question is, if I have some success, do I go right back to it, or do I switch it up just to feel things out?
I don't think anybody can really flash you. You are one of the most explosive guys that I see around. You are very explosive. I saw that with your match with Samusha, with your match with Rambet, with your match with John. You are very explosive, and it will be. I don't know where the match will go, because your opponent is also has very weird style. You don't know what to expect, and he says that he's in best shape of his life. This guy has wins against like Ongarbev. Even he said that, right? Vitaly
Gamtanadze has beaten Ongarbev.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Holy shit, I missed that.
Names. He counted like even Vitaly Laletin. He said.
Paul, wow, I didn't know he'd got the win. A win on Ongarbev.
The Vitaly match.
I didn't know he got that. Wow.
The Vitaly other names.
Yeah. Anyway, so I mean, it will be incredibly. What's your confidence level? The last question.
I mean, again, like I prefer to be the hungry dog, because the hungry dog runs faster. So I'm coming in confident in my preparation and my physical ability. I'm not going to say that I'm like confident in the match itself, but I'm confident in my preparation. So I know I'm going to come in the best version of myself at 95 kilograms. And I do believe that the 95 kilogram version of myself is no different than the 100 kilogram.
Yeah.
He'll take some beating, that's for sure.
Neil, the other day on social media, and they saw his behavior, the respectful behavior. One guy wrote that, you are not like this when you are coaching or something in a football game. And Paul said, they are not ready for that, yet. He said, and I became curious, about it,
Oh yeah. I'm sure he's got I'm sure he's been down that track.
those kids don't see the same version, and they don't.
All right.
If they went and looked at arm wrestling social media, they'd be all over me like, what the hell are you doing? This ain't you.
Yeah, they would be like, that's not you, right? That's not you.
Yeah. Different role in life.
Absolute quality. Yeah. Guys, remember, East versus West, presser, Friday. The action's going to start from Wednesday, Thursday this week. Myself and James will be traveling out there on Wednesday. For the Arm Wars members, we are going to be doing a lot of exclusive stuff. We'll be getting stuff for our Arm Wars members while we're over there. Engin will be doing things left, right, and center. I don't know how much he'll get on social media because he's organizing the show. We'll try and bring a lot of stuff there, and I'm sure the other guys will be doing too. Presser goes on Friday. On Saturday, it's all action with an absolutely massive card, the likes that the sports have hardly ever seen before, if ever at all. So make sure you tune in and check it out, guys. East versus West next weekend. We may or may not be out with a fix next week. Try and get it to you if we're back in the UK early enough and my throat's still working and stuff. But outside of that, I want to say massive thank you again to everybody who took the time to tune in tonight. If this is your first time on Supernatural Strength, please give us a sub, give us a like, give us a share. And until we see you next time here, take it easy, peeps.
Take care.
Lovely darts. Guys.